Hey everybody, it's James here with the Sawyer Family Reviews channel and ActionFeatures.net, bringing you another Marvel Legends review. We're going back and doing another one of these Puck series figures. Today it is the Master of the Optic Blast, Cyclops. Let's check him out. Alright, let's start things off with a look at Cyclops in the package first. If you just watched the Emma Frost review from this wave that I just put up, I'm not going to go into super details about what's going on with this packaging. Just know that this is a time when Hasbro was doing the Marvel Legends carded. The other waves had dedicated art. These don't. They just have the Wolverine designation for this being the Marvel Legends Wolverine wave, or some people call it the Marvel Legends Puck Build-A-Figure wave, however you want to call it. Down below it just says Cyclops here, and as opposed to Emma Frost packaging, having just one thing for two different figures, Cyclops, there were going to be two Cyclops in the wave, so all this card art would have been the same, I would assume, although there is a large image of Cyclops in this outfit, and then him in the Phoenix Force outfit over here. So there's not two pictures of figures. I guess there's a chance that Phoenix Force would have been all alone on this packaging, but I don't know. I know there's been a carded sample that's shown up, but I didn't bother to check to see what the card back looked like in the pictures. Anyway, I really wish this figure would have been made. I really enjoyed the Phoenix Force outfits, so that's kind of a bummer. Cyclops, he has protected Earth against it. Now Cyclops wields the power of the Phoenix Force. This figure was booted because Hasbro said he was no longer wearing the outfit at the time the figure was going to be released. It's kind of silly, though, because he was no longer wearing this outfit either. So it kind of doesn't make sense that either figure would have been made since he wasn't wearing either outfit. Then we've got down below, includes arms to build Puck figure, number 1, which designates these two pieces. And then we also need Sabretooth who has the head, the Manipulators of Memory with legs and torso, which is actually pictured the unproduced Rogue here, but you'll need to buy Emma Frost to get it, and then Wolverine, who has no part. And then also includes Tales of Puck, part 1 of 3, which is a little insert of a story about Puck, or stories about Puck. Alright, there he is all packaged up. Let's take a look at him loose. Each one of the Wolverine series / Puck series figures, well, each one of the Build-A-Figure ones comes with one of these Tales of Puck, because it says 1 of 3 on here. So I guess Wolverine doesn't come with one. I haven't opened Wolverine yet, so I don't know. This one is from Marvel Cyclops, and you get the arms for Puck. And in case you can't figure out how to put together Puck, here are some instructions. You put the arms in the armholes, and you put the head on the neck. And that's how it goes. And the Tales of Puck 1 of 3 over here, this one's about Loki, apparently. And it says, the Alpha Flight team goes on a mission to save one of its members, only to lose another hero from the team. Puck is stripped of his powers through the trickery of Loki and banished to the Himalayan wilderness by the villain's magic. The hero's Alpha Flight teammates believe he has fallen in combat. Puck would eventually rejoin them in battle through a magical portal between dimensions. To read more, go to Alpha Flight number 50. I think these inserts are interesting. I like that they're telling stories about Puck, but I just wish that maybe it was like a few comic panels or something like that. There's a whole lot of space here devoted to how to build Puck that you don't need, where you could do like a bigger image, or I don't know. It is just an insert though, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. With Cyclops, you get the arms to Puck. There they are. And since we've already opened Emma Frost, I'm going to go ahead and pop these arms on right now. So this one just plugs in here, like that. And this one just plugs in here, like that. And as you can see, we're pretty much there with Puck. I got to get the head out of the Sabretooth packaging, but then we'll have a Puck figure, and I'll review Puck after I've reviewed everybody else from the series. Okay, on to Cyclops. Let's start off with his height. Turn him this way, get that trusty tape measure in here. Cyclops measures right at about a little over 6 1/4 inches tall. He uses the Bucky cap body, is what usually people refer to this as. It's a great body for Cyclops. It's the same body they would continue to use for Cyclops for other releases. I've only got 2 more sitting at the table, and we'll bring those out for comparison in just a bit here. But it's a nice body type for Cyclops. It's not too slender, but not too bulky. It works really well for him. The articulation on this body features, starting at the ankles, he's got they're kind of stuck. Okay, he's got the rocker ankles, which then hinge up and down. He's got a swivel at the boot cut. Then he's got the double jointed knees, which can go all the way back to there. And then he's got a swivel at the top of the thigh that moves all the way around. Then he's got ball jointed hips. They go out to there. They go forward to there. and back to there. And when you swing them out, you can kind of twist them around a little bit. Not a ton of movement on those hips, but good enough. Then he's got a waist swivel, a ab crunch that goes to there and back to there. There's a slight ratcheting to it, so it'll hold poses. Then he's got swivel shoulders that are also ratcheting, and they go all the way around. Then they hinge out to there. He's got a swivel joint at the shoulder meeting the bicep. And then he's got double jointed elbows, which go to there. He's got swivel wrists where they insert into the arm, and then they hinge in and out. And then he's got a neck joint that moves up and down, and the head itself is mounted on a ball. There's not a lot of like actual free ball movement on that. It just kind of has a little bit of side to side like that, but he gets all the way around and up and down. So a good amount of movement on the neck. The figure comes with the, which like most Cyclops do, comes with the Visor Hand, which is like pinchy fingers. This one seems to work better than a lot of the other ones I've seen as to getting the two fingers close to the visor, so it looks like he's actually touching the visor and activating it. Sometimes the hands don't quite get close to the visor, but in this case, it gets right up on it. Okay, as far as paintwork goes, mine's a little on the sloppy side. There's not a lot going on with this costume. This is a tweak of the original Astonishing X-Men suit, if I remember right, the Joss Whedon series that John Cassaday drew. And he had this suit for quite a while. I think at first he didn't have these stripes on the boots, if I remember right. And I believe this is Hasbro's second version of this costume. They did one earlier on when Hasbro first got the license, and then they did this one in the Wolverine/Puck series when they started improving Marvel Legends during the return of Marvel Legends. There's a hole in the back, so you can do a flight stand plug on the back of him if you wanted to. But yeah, the paintwork on him is not the greatest. Most of the figure is molded in this blue, and then I think the boots are molded in yellow, and the lower part is molded in that same blue. The places where it gets kind of sloppy is the yellow on the arms is painted, and that has a little bit of slop to it. There's a little couple spots here and there that are coming through, and it's not as good as it should be. It's not awful by any means, but this just is just a little bit on the sloppy side for a figure that doesn't have that many paint apps. Let's take a close-up look at his head. I'm actually a pretty big fan of this head sculpt. Now, each of the Cyclops they've done, that I have sitting here at least, the Dark Phoenix version and the Jim Lee version, have all sort of this same scowl going on. What I really like about this one, though, is the seam that runs down the middle of the head. There's like a sculpted seam line that runs down the middle, and then there's also little tiny like seam lines where the visor kind of meets against itself along the sides. I'm going to bring in the Dark Phoenix one so we can get a closer side-by-side of these two, and you'll be able to see the differences between the two heads. Yeah, so this... Sorry if it's not focusing quite like it should. Let's see, is it focused? Yeah. So there's no seam line on this one, and he's got the ear pieces going on for this Phoenix head. This one, he has no ear pieces and that seam line running down the middle. I don't know, I really like this head sculpt. I really like that seam line. I don't know, it gives more depth to the mask, in my opinion. The visor line is also painted really well on this. It's a nice solid red all the way across. And here we have Cyclops next to a couple of the other Cyclops versions we've seen from Hasbro. I actually have the one from the Jubilee wave as well, but I haven't opened it yet. So for now, you're just going to see these three. I'd say he's closest in style to the Dark Phoenix pack, but this is the most modern costume out of these three. It's a nice thing that, you know, it's kind of like they're doing with the Wolverine figures, where it's the same body as it carries through different versions of the figure, and the face sculpts are similar. I feel the same way about these, where the body is carrying through across multiple figures, and the face sculpts are very similar. Like the nose and the mouth shape are very similar across all these releases, so it feels like it's the same character. I felt that Toy Biz sometimes did a thing where, you know, you'd have another sculptor take over Wolverine, and the two sculpts would be very dissimilar to each other. Whereas I feel like this, it feels like the same character progressing forward. Now, this figure is a bit pricey now. He goes for like, I think like 30 or 40 bucks maybe, loose. So I don't know if it's worth picking him up just to have an evolution of Cyclops. These two are obviously the Cyclops, Cycli? I don't know how the proper plural form of Cyclops. So these are the two that most people want in their collections. They're the most versatile and the most recognized of Cyclops outfits. This one is really only if you're collecting like all the different eras of X-Men and you want every single costume. At that point, $30 or $40 maybe not that bad, but if you're just wanting to have a Cyclops, I would put the money towards these other two. These other two are more expensive than this one, but they're more classic outfits. So for me, unless you're needing to build Puck, which will bring remainders of Puck in here, unless you're wanting to build Puck, or if you want to collect every era of X-Men, if you're a big fan of Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men line, that may make him worth it. If you're just a casual X-Men fan, either pick up one of the other two Cyclops that represent a more classic version of the character, or wait for the 3-pack that's supposedly coming that's going to have Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey. Yeah, so if you want to check out a gallery, it'll be linked in the info section below if you're watching this at YouTube. It'll be at actionfeatures.net. If you like the videos, please click like and please click subscribe. Share the video. It definitely helps the channel grow when you do those kind of things. I think the next review will be for Sabretooth from this line. And then maybe I'll do the Amazon 3-pack before I do Wolverine. I don't know. And then we got to do Puck as well. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.